Yeah, my raid assist button's not working again. I must be broke it or something.
Alright, go ahead and move up. If you have not done this with us, this corner here in the southwest, we will stack up both Lorenzo, Grady, and Bren. Um, just AE burn them. Start off the top with Lorenzo, and that's it. Just burn through them. When Captain comes in, whether he's being kited or stacked up, tank that's up to you. Um, he will be spawning ads every 10% and um, I believe it's 90 seconds or 2 minutes, um, maybe even 2:30. I don't honestly remember, but it doesn't matter regardless. Just kill him. Um, I don't. We definitely don't have a green mist with us tonight, so um, casters break off when that spell reflect happens, and that's about it.
Looking forward to seeing how these new spells do.
So tanks, are you good?
Being awful quiet, Lady Bit.
Okay. Start that up whenever you guys are ready, and burn them up.
Not feeling the greatest.
Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry. Well, I got lucky and found a good person who wasn't a scammer and got 4 copies of the expansion, so.
Fabulous. I'm so glad to hear it.
So now I can actually box and do stuff when no one's around. Or help others.
What time are you going to be on tomorrow? I can see if I can help.
Afternoon, probably. Actually, no, tomorrow's my first day releasing
Okay.
dogs only, so I'm going to be up early. I don't know.
Okay, well, look for me, and if I'm on, I'd be happy to help.
I have to
I
get
think
Doing
it's
either.
more fun to be in a group than in a boxing.
Yeah. I have to
Agreed.
get up and feed them at 6 for the next 2 weeks while my dad's out of town. And then let him out and let him back in. So probably not.
No need to contact me at 6 a.m.
No. I hear you there.
Let me just make that.
And that's 4 a.m. your time because I'm 2 hours ahead of you.
I was gonna say, if that's 6 a.m. Tokyo time, go for it.
Oh, man.
No, that is 6 a.m. Texas time.
So, J-Mag, what's your number so I can call you at 3 a.m.?
Oh, shit.
5551212.
But if you call him at 3 a.m., you gotta at least serenade him.
Or just dial 311 and ask for Pookie.
Son, we gotta get you a better mount. That fucking thing is ugly. Gotta get you a mount.
Well, I tried to mount the wife, but she wouldn't cooperate.
Oh, so, okay. That was your next best option?
Pretty much.
Alright, just replace him and do what you need to do. We're not going to be waiting on one person. It's a little ridiculous.
Delon went AFK.
Alright.
Is that?
Do it up.
Seemed to have.
Yep.
Yeah, that's becoming a real trend.
That's not a good trend.
And he loves asking for help that benefits only him and no one else. A lot.
Where's Lorenzo at?
What the fuck?
Get him in. wherever that mob is.
Little
yeah,
problem with aggro there?
Yeah, I'm kind of pausing on my cast.
And I thought the order was always LGB. Why do we have Grady as the... Well, why is MA on Grady then? And why is everybody... I don't even want to get into it.
Yeah, well, my aggro on L is way high now because I was.
Yeah, I'm off the chart on Lorenzo now, and I can't hold in space at this point.
Hey, Song, I'm popping in if you want to throw me an invite. Or I can wait till y'all wipe and come in when y'all start again.
Wipe it up.
Oh man,
Shit, I was
Wipe it
kidding.
up. Guys, this is the bullshit that cannot happen. How do you think? What kind of hope do you think that this gives us on this trivial of content to go and do something like Ark and His now after this? Like, these are the simple, minuscule mistakes that cannot be made.
Yeah, that didn't go well from the start.
Okay, so it wasn't me jinxing you then.
No, it was MA was off, split casting, aggro control, you name it. It was pretty shitty.
The initial main tank AFK
Okay.
for a while. It's just a little rough.
Ooh.
And I mean, it's always been LGB.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was what we followed.
Yeah, that's
The classic clusterfuck.
And that's point
Okay,
A. Point
guys,
B.
The order we should be doing these is LGB.
Always
All DPS should
Yep.
be focused on one. We should not be
Yep.
splitting like that.
I was on
absolutely.
A. B.
I was on L and I
reason
got
for that
summoned.
Was terror bad. With tanks having no time to bleed up, there is no reason. Plus defensive, they should not be dropping that fast. Need to focus up, big time. I realize you're boxing, but if your box cannot cut it, you need to take the high road and say so.
Who was the MA on that, by the way?
Let me scroll back and look.
Whatever cleric wants to zone in and check. The banner is safe, but if there are royal skeletons up on the top of the scaffolding, you're good for reset.
I'm showing raid assist is lock.
Same
Yeah.
Yep, me too.
The thing is, it shouldn't have even mattered. We should have just all went LGB.
It's always been LGB.
That's true.
That's the way it should have been.
You know, the other problem is, you know, you say, well, we should have done that, except that there was no tank really on Lorenzo.
No, there
So
wasn't.
yeah, look at all the DPS there on Grady, and yeah, admittedly I got on Grady too when there was no tank on Lorenzo and the MA was on Grady, but Song, you're number one on the wrong
Yeah.
mob.
Yeah, but here's what you're not looking
It
at.
was covered in there.
AEs. Mages use AEs. I was in full burn. I'm gonna damage the shit out of every single mob there.
Yeah, we don't have that luxury for us, I guess. When there's no tank on it, if I AE, I'm going to get aggro.
But that's what I'm saying. If it goes to hell in a handbasket, and we were all on the right mob, it's not our fault. Period.
Yep.
Yes, okay. For the tells and the questions, yes, the order is and always will be LGB. But if one is completely out of place, I'm not going to target a different one and have AE damage be wasted on a single target. That wall would have completely fucked it. I'd rather damage 2 mobs instead of 1. That is why we'd switch to Grady as soon as that situation got foobarred. Everything going as it should be, we will start off the top with Lorenzo. Please don't pull those.
I mean, shit, we still got 10 minutes till our IGC's up.
We should all very well be into fast regen here, so let's give a few seconds for buffs and
Jay, can you summon me a set of the new pet weapons since I'm not quite high enough yet?
Sure.
I don't know if it'll make any difference, but it can't hurt to try.
Okay. I was on the phone for a little bit there. Just make sure, are we doing our standard LGB, or are we going to do raid assist regardless of what raid assist is on?
LGB.
I'm using
Okay.
dice to determine it from now on.
You have a trusty D20? Tell me you got at least.
Yeah, I voiced my
Tell me
opinion
you
on
got
this.
at least a DJ.
Yeah,
I
I
gotta-
voiced my opinion
Gotta
on
go
this
find my bag.
but
Haven't played tabletop in forever, so but I've got my dice still.
I got rid of mine. I kind of regret it now, but I did.
They don't take up that much space.
You're walking down a long tunnel. At the end of it, you see an asshole. What do you do?
Is it bleached?
Is it bleached?
J-Mag walks up and politely prods the asshole. Zalak turns around and introduces himself.
J-Mag holds up the colonoscope and inserts it roughly.
Oh my god!
Whoa! Poor asshole.
I'm sorry. Wait a minute.
Wow, left field there.
Ouch.
What did you insert roughly? I missed that part.
Colonoscope, the thing that looks at
Oh,
your
there you go.
entire
Yes,
colon.
yes.
When you get a colonoscopy,
It's about a meter long.
not fun.
I
I'm
used to
not
do
quite old
those,
enough
yeah.
to have had to have that yet, but that sounds fun.
I haven't had to, but I've
Well, the thing that's fun about it is they give you drugs so you never remember and you feel really good afterward.
Sort of like a date when you were back in college.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh.
if you're walking down a long tunnel and you come to the asshole, that's when you have to determine whether or not you were just coming up on it from which side.
Yeah, was that
That's
the
a good
inside
point.
or the outside of the asshole?
Are you about to leave?
Yeah, the wife wants to know if we're role-playing 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, you can do that on your own time.
I don't know about all that, but
Oh, you know you're an expert on it. Don't even.
no, that's one book, a series of books I have not read. And didn't plan on it.
They're not even books. It's freaking fan fiction that got posted online and then somehow turned into a book and turned into a movie.
50 Shades of Porn.
No trash yet, please. There's
Right?
a few latecomers that are about to zone in.
It's
So
50
get them
Shades
both,
of Porn.
and when they're ready to go, we'll start this up.
I like the fact that the
Which, according
main
to
actor
Luna,
that's going to be in
is
the movie.
pretty much what fanfic is.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
The funny thing
And,
is
you know, that kind
the
of
actor that's
disturbs me greatly because she's a big fan of reading Harry Potter fanfic. So I'm really curious how that works.
Oh my.
Emma Watson giving blowjobs, if I'm not mistaken.
Hey, that works for me.
Touch my wand.
I like that, Jay.
What was the sister's name? The younger one of Ron? Jenny?
With all the alts, we're likely back maxed on.
Yeah, I have no clue. I've never
back flags.
watched it.
Hold up.
I think you never watched the Harry Potter movies? What the hell?
I'm a grown man.
Well, they're not really kidding. They're a young adult.
I don't know. That Emma Watson character is like young enough to be J-Mag's granddaughter, so that's kind of creepy.
That is a little creepy, you're right.
She's
But it didn't stop you, did it, Jay?
28, I think.
But Jay, you know, as long as there's grass on
Hey,
the field.
if she was legal age, you know, an offering.
Oh, she is legal age now.
She's 24. It's not like she's a kid.
Yeah, that's my boy's age. So somehow I need to hook my son up with her. I'm okay with that.
Oh, you know who you want to hook up. Lying bastard.
And it's too late for me.
If you're
It's
all
too late for
not
me, but
fully
he still has
planned
hope.
for This,
He still has hope.
please send it to his luck.
That sounds like a Rodney.
I don't know if he takes after you.
Ooh, burn.
Snap.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
He left that one wide open.
He did.
Yep.
Kind of like your butt.
Oh!
Oh!
Nope, I'm not a backdoor girl.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's not what J-Mag was saying. He's got his colostoscope all lubed up and ready for it.
Colostoscope?
Did you get one of those kaleidoscopes and shove it up somebody's ass? Turn it into a colostoscope?
I guess so.
That with me, it's going down their fucking throat.
They'll give you good drugs beforehand, lady. No worries.
TV's not in.
Nope, not happening.
You won't even
Yeah,
know
I
that it
can see
happened.
it. J-Mag's all, don't worry, you won't remember any of this.
Take one of these.
It looks like a scope.
Alright, as soon as
worry
he drops
about
Get him buff,
it.
we'll start pulling these.
Just some sleight of hand.
As he
Like,
pulls out
why
his
is-
garden hose.
A garden hose.
Dude, that's
Why are they
as
called
bad as
roofies?
fucking date rape.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Wow.
Just check with my son. He's okay with me hooking him up with Emma Watson. So
Well, we know how you get women.
White
well,
vans and lots
yeah,
of
okay.
kids.
We do?
White vans and lots of candy. Heck yeah.
White van and lots of candy. Wow.
That's horrible.
What are you? Do you work for Pedophiles R Us? What the hell?
Oh my.
No windows on that van either.
I thought that's what Lady Vet was about.
Disposable carpet.
Ooh.
You realize that somebody in Tank Channel, they basically are silent as far as I know the entire raid. They don't have as much fun as we do.
No, I heard it was boring as fuck, according to Blevy.
Oh yeah, yeah, it was pretty boring.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's what happened on that last pull. They just were trying to be more entertaining than normal.
Could be. Maybe they're trying to spice
Didn't work.
Maybe it did.
So,
for them.
Lady Vet, I've been looking at your primary weapon. What exactly do you use that for?
Who? What?
Alright, give it about 10 seconds, and we'll start pulling.
I think the more important question is why is the tip so red?
I said, that primary weapon of yours, what exactly do you use that for?
It's a pointy stick.
Your guys' ass.
Although at least she has
You're
a.
not a backdoor girl, but we are.
You walked into that one.
At least she has a weapon equipped today, because earlier she went to fight with her fishing pole.
Woo! Oh, there you go.
The irony of his incoming message.
I thought it was funny.
Go ahead, move up.
I like these new spells so far.
We'll just kill him up there, Bards.
Yeah, they suck for man.
Boy, they eat it right up. They didn't mention in the test patch whether they fixed that or not, so.
What, was it a bug?
I'm wondering because it's so much. I mean, it doesn't seem normal.
No, it's just because none of us have the new, well, unless you've got the shoulders, bloodstained shoulders. That's why.
Gonna have to up the proc rate on the shaw log, too.
Yeah, that is abysmal with the new spells.
That sucks. Well, they did do an 80 some odd meg patch today with a shit ton of patch notes, and they actually said they missed some more stuff that they meant to put in the notes and forgot, so it actually will expand.
Double check with
Really,
the main
really when I
ring
logged
is,
in, there
this
was
will
no
be the
patch
corner.
notes.
It's for test.
He's talking about on tab.
We'll get it next week.
Oh,
I mean, it's the same
my
patch
bad.
we're gonna get. They've got it today. We'll get it next week.
I think Slock is trying to make a point.
And
This
Tank, when you
is
guys
the
are ready,
corner.
Go ahead and do it up.
so basically you tell me that they only test shit for 1 week before they put it live?
Shit, man, they don't let them test enough. It's not the players. I promise you that the players that actually contribute to bugging and testing things and letting them know, some of them have been telling them about bugs literally for years, and that Sony doesn't do anything. Sony doesn't communicate with them, interact with them. They have a full-fledged rating guild that's at the same spot we are as far as raids. They've caught up to us, and have beat every raid except they may. I'm not sure if they beat Journey Home yet, but they got everything else done. And now, granted, there's only one of them, but instead of utilizing that guild to test bugs and raids, Sony just ignores their existence, or the EQ team, whatever. Sony Online didn't really even seem to give a shit about EQ itself. It's just ridiculous.
That's just makes no sense.
Instead of doing anything with that guild, they deal with ROI and Machine Shin, or however the fuck you say it, and that's it. And they mess with them on beta or have them copy over to test. I mean, how fucking stupid is that when you've already got an established guild there?
Because most of those guys that are in that guild are freaking stupid as hell.
Well, they got rid of a lot of the dumbasses over the last year and a half. So they actually do have some decent leadership and decent players now.
I think he's talking about ROI,
Every mage
not
I've
the guys
seen
on
was stupid.
test.
Oh, RBD or random? Yeah, they're both kind of dumb. But they're not,
All of them are dumb.
they're not very big part of it.
Let's do's it. Shockingly, Deluan's down.
Captain did not like the rains.
Yeah, I always use silent casting on this shit.
Yeah, I should have. You may not use that command while dead.
Yeah, my wife tells me that all the time.
You better get down.
Shit, what the hell are those doing here already?
That's been happening sooner and sooner, it seems.
Please get more 8 Jagger on these things, on these ads.
I
Getting a lot of resists even after I mount.
Tanks, there are 7 of you tonight that can tank in some form or fashion. There is 1 mob up currently, and I'm tanking a fucking skeleton. Can we please be more aware?
Someone res NewTube, please.
How do I get Gina to stop telling me I'm out of mana?
Just edit it.
Quit casting.
To turn off that one. Yeah, Flamus, we're gonna need you to stop DPSing so I can beat you. Nice purple hill on you, J-Mag.
Yeah, thanks.
I lightened up, but I had so many dots on him I couldn't help you there, man. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll bet you did.
Alright, cool. Stand by for next target.
Oh, we're already here. Dead Hills won.
Smack that boy.
You got a combined parse on that song?
Okay, we're going to try Argon His. There are very likely going to be flagging issues, but when we see whom can zone in and what we have to work with, we will see if it's worthwhile to give it a shot. So hop on over there.
Damn, song! You just blew everybody away on that.
Wow. Gonna have to go through this
Oh,
first and
that's-
see why.
That's not, never mind. That's just the sergeants. That's not the combined event.
That's just sorry.
Right. I wanted to see the combined event.
At least I made third. I'm happy. And third again.
See, that makes me feel better because I was looking at the combined entire and I couldn't figure how Sungwin beat me by that much.
You guys are pretty close. I need to learn some.
I'm impressed I made the entire since I don't do hardly anything against the ad.
I just don't
Yeah,
understand how my percentage is so low.
Yeah, when the ads are in the parse, the Necros numbers don't mean anything.
I crashed.
So it's kind of really surprising that we're both on it. And
Well,
you're
I
on
didn't
it
say I
fairly
didn't do
high.
anything. Yeah, I didn't say I didn't do anything on it, but I was also way high on the last named mob, so it kind of throws my average a little higher.
True that.
That's what I
Indeed.
had for the entire event, Levy. We were incredibly close.
Yup. Yeah, I've got to go back and I'm going to have to change some of my Type 3 OGs back to the old level 100 ones and fix my spells. Because some of my new 105 spells actually do less than my level 100 ones.
Yes.
Yes.
I noticed
Tell
that
you
too.
What I did before I did anything as far as my facet shards or what I was going to put in my lineup was I showed the raw data, the raw damage for each spell. Then I would actually show what the facet shard add-on would be for each spell, the duration, if it's a dot in my case, duration matters. For you, of course, it wouldn't. and then make the decision, making sure you also include what you had in your lineup before the new expansion. That's the only way to make a really, informed call. But there's a lot of people that are just going ahead and loading up what will be their lineup whenever they have RK3s and all the fastest shards at 105. Especially if you're going to be, our lineup is including 30 spells, as opposed to a wizard or something that can make a off-the-fly change and it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Wow.
One of the big things is that with the breastplate that I have, it changes the damage on my two biggest nukes. And so even though what the base listed amount for the 105 spell is higher, once you calculate in the 7% the breastplate gives me, then that's no longer the case.
Clearly, I need to do some testing.
Yeah, there's nothing ideal about my spell lineup now, but it will be the best lineup once I have RK3s all in place. But it's, like say, it's so much work for a Necro to calculate that stuff. I mean, it takes hours and hours and hours to come up with a reasonable lineup that I just went ahead and set it for what I want it to be when I get there.
The other way
That
for
was
Necros is
just
to
a
just sit
sergeant,
back
so
and wait for
don't
Flamus to
get
tell us
cast
what he
regime.
figured out.
Oh yeah, yeah. Bone Knitter did the same thing. He goes, Flamus, what'd you get on that, by the way? You wanna sit there and wait to me?
Hey, well, if it ain't broke, why fix it? But all joking aside, I have not seen yet where to get, and maybe y'all have, and maybe I'm just not paying attention. Where do you get the new face at
Oh yeah,
Shards?
banner's outside. The DZ.
It's at that.
In Kata.
zone in. There'll be a vendor that says top 3 on sold.
Okay, the same place where we got our spells? Same zone anyway?
Yeah.
Okay.
Same area, like 5 feet from the Necro vendor.
Yeah, it says something about Augs.
Yeah, Type
Okay.
3 Augs. Just look for the Type 3 Aug guy.
Okay.
Like if it was a snake, it would have bit you, kind of thing.
Probably.
I blame Wood.
By the way, guys, you're welcome.
For what?
Thank you.
Because y'all freaking wiped on Dead Hills until I showed up.
Hey,
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure you made all the difference.
New rule. If he gets charmed, we can kill him too.
Oh, goody.
Hey, whoever song, are you a group leader?
J-Mag is.
J-Mag is.
How'd that
Thank
happen?
you. I got booted.
Don't know.
You know,
How
honestly,
did you
I
get
hope I do
booted?
get. I do hope I do get charmed, and I hope y'all kill me because I want to hear Zlot go off.
Oh, he won't. I'll
Could
pull
you
a gun
imagine,
up.
Zlot, how pissed he'd get if we killed another raid member while our numbers are down like this?
Yeah, he'd be.
And
cool.
in the zone?
He would have a shit fit, you know it.
Yeah.
I've got an alarm
We could-
clock that the alarm is actually a wave file, and it's slot going off on one of our previous raids. I just stuck that on there.
We could tell him we were just AEing and you died by accident.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's what I plan to say.
It was the go off where he says, if you really don't want to play, just log out now. So I use that one, and I normally, that's like hitting snooze for me. I just go back to sleep.
Who Rodney is here though?
Oh, he is? We have a target. Sacrificial Ranger.
I swear, ever since he's been told, or we've been told we can kill him if he gets charmed, he hasn't been charmed again. It's just not fair. Whose
Oh,
pet is
it'll
Coburn?
happen someday. Kilburn?
Coburn. Kobarn.
Not mine.
It's a skeleton pet and it's got aggro swords on.
Oh, it does indeed. Well, that person's not going to be up for very long.
I think that's a Shadow Knight pet. So if it is, it doesn't really matter, I guess. It's only going to take 2 hits anyway. But going by one of the
Keyword
buffs I
is
see on
Zen.
it, I'm pretty sure that's a
Vassar.
Shadow Knight.
The way it's blocked to you is a different script than it would be if you didn't meet the requirements, so it's just the wrong keyword. Still have a few people not here. Let's go, please. Let's not use raid chat for that, please. Thank you.
It was for raid purposes, but whatever, and it's not like it affected anything. But that being the case, since he doesn't want me doing that, I'll let her not know that she's got aggro swords on.
Or just don't put it in raid chat. You could put it in guild.
It's a raid question.
Whose pet is it?
It's Florax.
Who?
Florax, the Shadow Knight. Gucci. It's not really Gucci, but it's got the hat, so it's got to be Gucci.
Every time Florax comes into Vin, it sounds like Flomax has joined the channel.
Have you taken your Flomax?
Yeah, if you can do it on your own, that's more than enough. That's
I always have max flow, damn it.
Ever since you pulled the catheter out.
Yeah, I got enough flow to turn a Marlboro butt into a shrapnel.
Okay.
What was those Lark cigarettes or something that had the plastic tube around the filter at the end that was always lingering in the bottom of the urinal?
Okay, I'm not a smoker, so that's not my
Well,
bailiwick.
I'm not saying I'm the one that put it there. Now, during my smoking days, I smoked Camel non-filtered so nobody would mooch cigarettes off of me.
Did it work?
Yeah, in the United States. Well, I would still let them mooch cigarettes off of me, but I used a pack of Pall Malls that were like 15 years old. They were I just kept them in my drawer and would let them have one of those, and they stopped coming back.
You're horrible.
Yeah, a 15-year-old Pall Mall, that's a coffin nail with a kick, I tell you.
I'll stick with my 2 cigars a year and be done with it.
For some reason, I always smoked cigars when I played poker.
For some reason. Yeah, go figure. I forgot, I do that.
No,
when I go
those
to
two
Vegas,
things
too. I
always
don't go to
went well
Vegas every year.
together.
Well, you shouldn't, because smokers have more tells than anyone else at a poker table.
Really?
Yes, really.
I'm crappy at poker. I can't keep a straight face.
I rest my case.
I think what Jay's saying is he was going to suck and have more tails whether he's smoking or not.
Correct.
That's why I play games where you don't have to worry about
those
tails.
extra AAs I was told that I had in order to do more damage on this event.
Good for you.
Bravo.
Love fucking with him.
I go to Vegas and I play the craps table.
How long does that last?
Lysandra,
all
you
night.
here? You coming?
I usually, whenever I go to a table, I take however much money I'm going to spend and I figure that that's how much money I'm spending for
What about
entertainment.
Dawn? It's on him.
And have no intention of actually winning anything. And,
That's the right
I usually-
attitude.
I usually have a good evening of entertainment.
Good for you.
Crap table is not where you go if you're looking to make money.
Shit, you ain't never played craps with me. I usually do come home with money. Just, not huge piles.
When I turned 21, the first thing I played was craps, and I came home with over $8,000.
Woohoo! Happy
Yeah,
birthday.
but
know how to play.
But how much of that money did you actually make in the casino?
On the floor of the
Oh,
casino,
little
not
bit.
back in your room.
Oh. I'm not getting in this.
Yeah. What makes
Man,
you
that
think
was
she's
harsh.
worth $8,000?
Well, not in one time.
8,000 times a
How many
dollar.
of them were penny tips?
Yeah, you got the choice of either one time at 8,000 or 8,000 times at one.
Is Don linked dead? Did anybody heard anything from him at all? Anyone? Don Anna?
Go for the quantity instead of the quality,
Not having that second cleric in that group is not going to be good.
We doing the same thing here, Blebby? Rotating burns?
Sounds good to me.
You or me first?
You can start yours first, and then just let me know when you're done, and I'll start mine.
And anything from Lysandra?
Roger that.
125,000 hit points buffed. That's I think it's a new high for me.
Sweet.
At 124.
Yeah, I had 120 before I died.
124, 183.
Ooh, nice.
And I still got 2 levels to gain.
How much mana you got?
Yeah, you probably beat me there. I've only got
Alright, holy fuck.
98,923.
Grab a drink, rub one out. We're gonna give Don 5 minutes to get back, and if he's not back, we're just gonna go and whatever happens, happens. So, don't go as far. We're giving about 2 more minutes for him at the tops. Zeus, would it be a big deal if I put Bionic in one? Or can you manage both?
I don't know how long I'm going to be able to stay, guys. My leg is starting to hurt. I'm going to try and stay for this raid.
Just remember, you come first.
Yeah, it's just a game, guy. You stay as long as it's fun. If it's not fun, you shouldn't be here.
Hey man, you're a doctor. You know what you can push and what you can't. So you have no excuses. If it's bad, get out.
Okay, I'll see what happens in these next few minutes.
Yeah. I mean, even if it's mid raid, if it's bad, you know it's bad. You know what your body's telling you and what it's not. So if you need to gate out in the middle of it, do it.
Thanks.
If you really want to have fun with it when you gate out in the middle of it because you have to, hit the group gate.
Throwing out one more Pharaoh for Jason. We're gonna start this up. So
Damn.
focus up and be ready.
Hey, if you're going to go out with a bang.
Misery loves company.
I can just see oh my god, what the fuck?
Exactly. It wouldn't be the first time something like that's happened.
I did it.
You know, we've
But again,
actually recovered.
Zlock would have a
Including
fucking
evac.
coronary.
We've done tier 1 raids that we had 2 groups evac out back to back on accident from stupid wizards,
Oh my.
and we still won.
I swapped him back in, Zeus. I'm gonna pull rule up.
I take that back. He wouldn't have a coronary. He'd have a stroke.
Alright, here we go. Get ready. Three, two, one, monsters. Just go ahead with Epic 7. There's no Bard.
Let's go ahead and try to keep 2 mobs in camp at all times.
High school.
We should have another one in camp.
I don't see one.
And
Just wasted burn.
Yep.
Don't do that, Ariana.
Just gotta bring that last one in.
You know, now that we're a lot of us are 105 and they're dark blue, we could lure them and do them all at once.
Cut the shit!
Crazy talk,
We'll have
Jay.
the AE
Jeez,
aggro
you dogs are
required for
acting
that.
terrible.
That's a good point.
Reminder to Invis, everybody. More aggro on this too, please.
Heartbeat.
Someone control your pet, please.
Do what?
I show that Songwin's pet's got aggro right now. I'll just give you a hard time.
It's an RS pet. It's
No, it's Lysandra's pet.
Yeah, if the tanks were actually using AE aggro properly.
Better them than us.
True dat.
Invis up.
Has anybody ever counted these tiny avatars of row?
I think there's 18.
I think there's just too many.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it really doesn't serve a purpose. It doesn't, prove a hard point for a raid or anything. It just adds time. That's all it does.
Somebody died.
Whoops, more went down.
Apparently I was wrong. Some people can die to this part, so I apologize. Oh, and God, it was a ranger.
Time sync by
Rodney,
design is
Rodney.
not a concept that's new to SOA, or excuse me, to
Well, that's
Sony.
true. No, it was Morum. I mean, I guess it's going back to the old days when you had to fight your way from one raid target to the next one, and it took like a day just to travel from one place to another.
Or you'd have to invest 2 to 3 weeks to get your epic mob.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can try that right now if you want for free on Project 99. Have fun with that.
God,
I don't miss those days.
When the Epic Ones first came out, holy Jesus, I was a cleric back then. That was brutal.
It was brutal. I remember doing that for several friends. The naggy part was horrible.
Yippers.
Any is still my worst epic mob to have to try. But I just hate fighting in the water, period.
Oh, Finny. I'm sorry, I thought you said Indy as an interrupt.
Yeah, I was like, huh?
But So when did they flood the Plane of Hate? You know?
Well, Interrock's in like 6 or 8 places, but none of them are underwater. Wolf Mac.
Yeah, I misspoke. It is Finney. You're right.
Two going down at once again.
Is that bad?
Maybe not.
What? I'm dead. That was weird. All my aggros were like 20. I don't get it.
Not probably lost aggro or something, or was lazy.
No, they don't do that.
That new one with the bunny ears doesn't seem very good. I heard there's a communication issue because they supposedly don't speak English. Something weird.
Yeah, he's pretty bad.
But being bad doesn't get you de-gilded or dropped from raid. Otherwise, we wouldn't have a certain ranger anymore either.
Talk about your buddy like that.
The criteria must be different than what we think.
Perhaps they think he's teachable because no one started out really perfect. Maybe they think they can
No,
work
I
with him.
understand that.
That's true.
Well, that's
Very
how-
true for me.
I was
That's
the
how it
perfect mage from the beginning.
When he was in F&F, it took a while, but they finally got him to where he was, following instructions. He wasn't causing any, fuckery for the raid, and he was putting out some DPS, so it can be done.
What the hell is hitting us?
Something.
Something is hitting me and stealing my mana. What the fuck is going on?
I needed your mana, and I can use it better than you can, so I took it.
Oh, okay. Hey, as long as it's still in the raid, that's fine with me. I just,
You mobs.
worst case comes down to it, I can still cast spells with 0 mana, but I'd like to know where my mana is going.
Guys, I think I should bail. Sorry to
All right, man,
run.
hope you're feeling better soon.
Doodles, man.
Hope
Thanks.
you feel
Do
better.
it. Do it. Group gate. Group gate.
West.
I'll send you 500 plat.
All at one time?
All at one time.
Ooh.
Need a tank on this one here. Thank you.
No, but seriously, back to the other thing. Is there a mechanic here that sucks mana? Because I went from 90 to 50 in, nothing.
You have new spells up?
Nope, same ones, because I'm still not 105.
No clue.
3 minutes to war.
Oh, okay. Yeah, never mind. And I'm guessing I misspoke anyway because if we're gonna do the Phoenix, now is it Phoenix's next? No, it's the mini swords next.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess
With the-
Bionics Black. I guess Bionics Black Wolf didn't last very long, or something.
No clue.
Hey, what's Andrew? You still with us?
Stack up on the lip of the wall.
I got Barulidas to do it.
One single nuke is pulling aggro on these swords, guys. Come on.
Hey, Song, when you get a chance, can I get a new rod, please?
Oh, Lysandra, can you throw that? I'm burning.
Sure. Won't even charge
Thank
them a
you.
nominal fee or anything. You good?
That's just bad business, man. Bad business.
I know it.
Well, I guess that's over.
What's that?
Did you burn yourself to death?
Silent casting dropped, so I instantly pulled aggro because our knots can't hold aggro for shit.
Damn, boy, it sure is rough with that Ordain, ain't
Yep.
it? Starting to
Set up a Gina trigger with a timer on your silent cast so you get a 5-second heads.
I have that.
You just ignore it, or
I just wasn't paying attention this time to the pop-up. I've got a lot of pop-ups going up at the moment.
I'm just giving you a hard time, man.
Yeah, I
We're
made
gonna
that
win this,
one audio.
with or without you.
Starting to miss
Well, the genie phase. I'm not saying we're gonna win the whole thing, you know. I'd like to think we will, but you know, I'm not gonna make that prediction yet.
Well, we do have 7 more people than we had last time, but that may not mean anything.
Yeah, but how many of those 7 are boxes
Most of
and
them are
aren't
bots.
really full No matter what, even if you're really good at boxing, you're still not two full players. Unless one's
Song, can you ask Luna to... Song, can you ask Luna to Black Wolf us, please?
With IS Boxer, you can get pretty close, depending on what your setup is.
She tagged the wrong group with it.
Okay.
Hey, Bloody, you might have to burn first on next one. I am almost out of mana. If my freaking Harvest would proc as much as my twin cast, I would never be out of mana.
Flamus, could you
It happens.
lady that, please?
What group? Okay, I don't see her on my list here. She's not in my group.
You know, just do what you can. Get mana back, however you can.
So that was strange.
Guys, we're still losing deepest to swords here. I don't...
I'm going to go ahead and res Emmy.
Alright, no deeps on those swords. Let them despawn. Take a little bit to med up.
Well, unless it's going to take them more than 5 minutes to despawn, I'm not going to really be able to med.
Can us all rebuffs?
Now, we've been through this next part before. We all know how it goes, so let's not overstate it or be dumb about it. Please get these phoenixes blown the fuck up as soon as we possibly can. We need them to melt. Anybody else that's not on those phoenixes, i.e. necros, please watch the balance on the namers. When and if it gets too out of balance, we're going to have group 11 break off and put them back into balance. So, please be watching, keep your shit unlocked. If we need to drag one out to blow up, we'll do it. But when these birds come out, please group them the fuck up, get them AE'd, and get them dead.
I like that though. Can us all rebuffs ink stuff fast as can if can.
Wow.
He must have took the Evelyn Woodhead Sped Red course.
Watch out for auras.
Hey, fucking four fingers.
They've not despawned yet.
I guess I'll take the check.
Take up on your heart, come on.
Well, it didn't last long.
Let's get that move.
Okay, I guess I'll be
Whoever has
balancing
aggro,
between the
that
two of
needs to
them.
be dragging it.
Incoming res, Flamus. Try not to do whatever you just
Swap
did
the shield.
again.
Where is there? We're
I
gonna
need to get Rodney off that fucking...
Yeah, targeting the mob is a bad
God
thing.
damn it!
Okay, Ariel's loose.
What are the tanks doing?
We need to get a tank on this.
One of the tanks is fucking Rodney.
That's not a tank.
Rodney is not a tank.
He's a melee
If we can't keep one up, that's a wipe already, guys. Come on. Pick up the healing.
Rodney's the one that had the aggro on fucking Jahar.
Yeah, that would be the tank's fault, not Rodney's fault.
Yeah, that was the tank.
He was weapon shield tanking it. That's what he should have done when he got aggro.
Which he got aggro because the real tank didn't do something it should have, or a healer didn't do what it should have. One of the two.
How long are weapon shield more? Need to tank
I
up to
nuked
5.
once and I was dead.
I'm like afraid to nuke Ariel right now.
Yeah.
Ariel's got Delon on it, and Delon's got decent aggro. For right now, anyway. I've put a
I'm
gonna go ahead and-
dots on her.
I'm using a token to res Doc Shady right now.
I've put a full round of dots on Ariel, and I'm only at 20%.
Alright,
mana
now
and
that they're
20% aggro.
somewhat stable tank, just keep them there for a little bit. Get people buffed, get people rezzed. Let's keep these tanks alive. We'll start deepest in a few.
What's the matter, maybe? Yeah, that was pretty ugly.
Tanks,
Are
how
these
are
having
we? How are we
80
looking?
damage?
Can we start pushing this?
What the fuck?
And he's already hurt, too.
Alright, let's just start pushing some deepest here. About 92% on area, we'll have 3 birds. Please get them picked up and stacked in the middle.
Resing Lady Vet.
And Ariel's loose again.
I faded.
I laid down.
Need to tank up an area.
Well, I tried to fade.
Pull her back.
YouTube down, Ariel back over there again.
What in the fuck?
Is there anyone available for area, or is this a wipe?
Do you want me to do a teleport Guildhall anchor? No, I'm serious. If we're gonna call a wipe, that way the most people could get out.
Yeah, it might be better than
No,
that.
Yeah, but as soon as they see that on the window, they might
Okay,
think that
well-
it's already called.
Did he just say wipe it up or no?
He said okay, and then
Yeah.
didn't say anything after it. I don't know if that was
Be
going to be
heavy
the
group
okay
healing there,
wipe
since
it or
that's-
okay DPS it again.
The same group split in 2 mobs, so be careful.
I think he's saying DPS it more.
Get buffs, tanks. When you're ready, we're gonna start pushing this again. Knights and other tanks, you guys are ready to pick up birds if we push this?
Levy, you're gonna have first
Alright,
turn.
thank you for absolutely zero communication. Let's go ahead and push this anyway.
Yeah, as soon as I see that we actually have Phoenixes
Deep
and that
let's move.
we have IOG, I'll start my burns.
Tank on Jahar.
And Jahar's over here loose.
What the fuck? Did the tanks and healers all suddenly get stoned and drunk at once together instantly?
Like as soon as we get ready to go, they let go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, come on, Deepest, pick it up. Let's get these moving.
Yes, it's Deepest' fault. Problem. The fact that we're all gunshot to actually cast has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, I see a tank go down and I hit hole in space and I just don't cast until I know it's safe. I mean, I would DPS a lot more if we could keep a stable tank on this shit. But I see Aber about to die, and I'm like, huh, maybe I don't want aggro on this.
Oh shit. I've been hovering over gate for the entire time now. Well, since we engaged these two.
Well, I'm 1 kill away from 106, so I don't even bother anymore. I just keep nuking.
Fuck it.
Let's watch balance on these.
Swapping to Jahar.
Yeah, if you guys are following a main assist string at this point, you're wrong. You need to be watching that balance. Thank you. You ready for birds?
Pretty bird.
Great. Slain by Jahar. Okay, I'm not burning.
Let me guess. You got slain by
Fuck.
Jahar like 3 seconds after you hit your burn buttons?
Hell yeah.
Jahar.
I hadn't even hit Jahar. I was starting on my burns so that I could hit the Phoenixes.
Oh,
And there's High Keeper Jahar slashes me to death.
yeah, I just got smacked by 3 Phoenix
Alright,
hits,
wipe
even
this.
though I've never touched a Phoenix.
Gating. I heard wipe. I'm leaving.
Get it, get it, get it.
Somebody in our group gated me before I could hit my gate.
Probably the race.
Fuck! I'm sorry, but that is not on DPS.
Yeah, there's a shit ton of people out by the raid giver.
Probably it's where they put the banner.
No, these are people I don't recognize the names of. So it must be one of the other guilds. Symphony of Arms.
Yeah,
I don't know many of them.
I know a lot of them.
There's a shit ton of them, man. Damn.
Yeah,
It is
membership is not their issue. They got plenty of members.
I assume we are trying again, correct?
Absolutely.
Well, it's already 9 o'clock, and didn't know if you can get this done in the allotted amount of time with our current DPS levels.
If you are unable to stay for a second attempt, please send Zlakatel right now.
See?
I can, but at the same time,
Oh,
I'm
all the
I'll
dead
deal
people.
with these fucking dogs again.
Put a bullet in their head and they don't bother you anymore.
Ah, come on now, don't say that.
Dogs are worthless pets.
What?
I had this conversation at work today. It's like they tether you to your home. You can't go anywhere. You can't do anything because you can't just leave a dog at home like you can a cat.
Well, they do.
Because they'll
that.
just tear everything up and tear shit up. And
About the only way around that is either a good backyard that they can't get out of, or crates and stuff, or kennels. But yeah, I understand that point, and I'll concede you that because I don't ever go anywhere because of our dogs. But at the same time, they're not destructive like that, and they're not nasty.
they're not what?
They're not nasty. Cats, just to me, are just disgusting. With the fur balls shitting in a box. Just,
Okay, let's just say this. Because I've got both right now, and I can see what you're saying. Fur balls are gross if your cat has them, but my cat takes a shit in a little box and everything's hunky dory, and then the dog goes and finds that box and eats the shit.
See, my
So don't
sister's
tell me
dogs
which
did
one's
that.
disgusting.
My sister's dogs did that, but our dogs didn't, or never have. I don't know if it's just training or what, but I think they like IHOP food more than they do dogs.
Well, it's not like my son trained the dog to go eat cat shit. That's not training.
No, you train them not to. Not, that's what you got to do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got to train them to stop. They have. That's one of the things that Caesar, what's his name guy, when people let their dogs get out of control, that's one of the things he does is go in and teach them how to stop bad behaviors by training.
Are we rezzing or should I run back?
Well, so far it's just me and Flamus in the instance. And a shit ton of corpses.
It's over, Johnny. It's over.
Somebody's got it set to WK, I guess we can run the long way.
Well, I think he's still taking a poll on who can stay and who can't.
And Zeus just came in, and Zeus is a healer, so maybe some heals will start popping in a second. Funny, in this instance, the bodies don't all poof to the same place, because half of us are dead on one side and half on the other
Alright.
side.
Unfortunately, I do believe we're going to call it. We're going to. It would be one hell of a stretch to try and thin that out amongst the people that we'd be losing, both DPS and healer-wise. We're just gonna keep on fucking trucking. I mean, I don't really know what else to say. When something happens catastrophically on some level, on multiple levels, when we get to that phase, there are very minor issues with keeping AE aggro on those swords, but otherwise the rest of the entire event is, dare I say, not that big of a deal. Everyone else mostly handles themselves. DPS could be picked up a great bit, but there's no other real huge issues. When it gets to that phase, whether it's by mobs being drug through auras that are still up, whether it's by breakdowns on healing, on AE healing, keeping multiple tanks up at the same time, and dropping priests and dropping DPS until they get picked back up again, there's a lot of um, shit that needs to get addressed there, and it can only happen day by day. We don't raid consistently enough to have that much data available to us to use. So these parses that we get, we're going to be heavily coming down on you guys for, and trying to just, I mean, we can't fix everything all at once, all in one day overnight. It's going to be a huge work in progress. So, I mean, keep logging in. We heavily appreciate it for those of you that do. If you haven't gotten to the forums and checked out the poll for the rating schedule, do it. That will lock tomorrow night. Anything else in terms of what we're going to do change-wise has already been communicated on the forums. Go there, read it. We're going to get that new front out, that new face out for the upcoming week. Be on the lookout for recruits. Prospect program is back, 95 and above, so be out there talking with people, and hopefully we'll start to see an upturn in attendance for into December, and we'll see what we can do with it. So, end of the night log has been taken. We'll throw out the loot links for Dead Hills 2. Grab your res and have a great weekend.
By the way, Amar, the new call corpse spell would allow you to call corpses without being in group, and it's got a pretty fast recast.
Yeah, but then you guys start carrying coffins again. But it's kind of nice not having to be in group.
Yeah, I've always had carried them, so it's not an issue for me. And they stack in hundreds.
That's true. I guess I've just been lazy. If I can't use my AA version, then screw it. But that is pretty cool that they took that restriction off of it. Otherwise, I guess, what the hell else would the new one be worth compared to the old one?
Oh crap, it does require you still be in group. Okay, so much for that.
Well, then what's the benefit of this one to the old one? Oh, no, the old one had a level limit on it, didn't it?
Yeah, well this one, I mean, recast time. I mean, you can go between the two.
Sure.
if they were to add a slot 11 to the Necro Epic, they could adjust the stats on it without having to adjust the focus.
Yup. But I think they want to do away with our focus, but they can't really do it. So
They're not. Yeah, that's not going to happen. That's why I suggest what I did. They've got too much content that has been tuned because of the fact that we have this focus. Rather than go back and redo all that content over just adding some stats to it, that's just not going to happen.
well, they ought to have some quest that we can do that turns our epic into an AUG.
Of course, I'm not really complaining about the fix they have right now, which is just to leave it the fuck alone.
Yeah, I'm okay with that for now. But if they would turn it into a type, do some quest that turns our epic into a Type 4 AUG, that would make sense. I'd drop off the healing parts, but I'm willing to sacrifice that, right? You know.
Yeah, I could swap some stuff around and make that work, I think.
I figured you might.
I say that with the mana, the mana that the new spells take. I like the fact that I've got the abjuration and conjuration percentage on my specialized, on the two, on my shield and on my.
Well, that's why I said put it in the slot 4, because slot 4 is where we both have our Sigil of the Dark Soul, which is just the I give you I heal the tank every time I cast a spell.
Yeah, I'm using the Charred Heart on there with the sympathetic remote healing.
Oh, okay.
Surge,
Okay.
9.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, but same concept. You get what I'm saying? You know, because that's not a primary function for us. So I'm willing to give that up if we could turn our epic into an AUG and put it onto a current content weapon.
Well, the real plus to it in a raid is almost nothing, I agree. But in a group situation, which I'm in more times in raid, it's healing my pet every time I cast on the target.
Yeah, that's true.
Assuming your pet's holding aggro, that is.
Right, and most of the time it's my mini pets, and I don't know that you can really heal them.
You can't, and there's no reason to. They got a buttload of hit points, and you're casting them as faster than they die, so it's all good.
Right. So I stand behind what I said.
Yeah, like I say, it's something that's doable. But I'm almost afraid to suggest anything because I'm afraid if they did anything at all to reduce the focus percentage, I am not going to be happy. I don't give a shit what stats they give me.
Right.
Because stats don't kill shit other than yourself. I'm gonna run up street and get me some KFC before they close. I'll be back in probably a half hour or so.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, but okay.
Nobody in my house likes KFC, so I never get it anymore.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan
Well,
of KFC either.
I'm not normally a fan of it, but I've done without it for so long that the newness hasn't worn off yet.
If you're going to be eating fried chicken from a fast food place, the only one's worth going to is Popeyes.
Might not have any Popeyes near them, though.
We do, but they don't stay open as late, so it's not an option for me.
So I say, if you don't have them where you live, you should move.
I'm not so much for the chicken. I like their fucking coleslaw.
Blah.
Chock full of sugar.
Yep.
Right?
I prefer homemade for everything.
I don't prefer homemade for everything. And I don't mean a little sugar either. There is a shitload of sugar in that coleslaw, but it does taste good.
I don't remember why I looked this up the other day. We were looking up MSG. Every single thing at KFC has MSG added to it.
Except for here in California, MSG is illegal.
It can't be illegal. MSG is naturally in certain things.
Okay, I should say added MSG is not allowed in California.
Which is funny because I also looked, when I was doing that, the studies also show that MSG scientifically has been proven to not have any effect on people at all. And all the people who say that they have these things that, it causes me to have headaches or it causes this, when they're actually put in a scientific study situation, does nothing to them. It's all in your head.
When you have entire cultures that use it as a staple and exhibit no signs of any adverse effects, it's somewhat telling.
Right?
Right? Is anybody up for doing mercenary Dino Islands with me?
If I could get there, I still haven't been able to find a group to do that last thing I got to do in Castle.
Same here, but even further
Oh,
back.
fuck.
I think they need to have a quest for clickies that will take you to each one of the items. A different clicky for each item, or for each island.
Or let us bind on them, damn.
They're changing that. Hold on 1 second. I saw that earlier in the test patch notes. I'll quote it.
Alright guys, back in a short.
Yep.
So once that patch rolls out to live next week, we'll be able to bind on those places.
But you can't bind in Kata, the starting zone. Yeah, LV, you know I'd help you if I could.
Yeah, I'd love to.
I know.
See the zone, but I can't, fuckers. Fucking Sony. Sons of bitches. I want to start working on fixing it, but I've got a bunch of tunes to gear up, too.
Yeah, I should be able. Hopefully, I'll get it done over the weekend, but who knows?
Yeah, this shit sucks. You're so drunk you can't fucking hit the turtle, so you die almost instantly.
Are you drunk in game or real life?
In game, you have to be drunk in game.
Oh, one of those goofy shit quests, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, so if you got high alcohol tolerance, it should help you then.
Should have took more.
It has
didn't you?
no effect on it.
Should have took
Has
more.
no effect on it.
Nope.
That doesn't even make sense.
That just means you have to drink more. Because it won't trigger till you are absolutely, totally fucking drunk. Yeah, it sucks.
Alright, what did I miss about the patch notes on binding on the islands, if anything?
You're gonna be able to bind on Brother Island, Dinosaur Island, and the final island.
That works.
But you can't bind in Kata, which is the main city that you start in.
True, but when you port
Yes, you can.
into Caterpillar,
Oh, wait a minute, they're going to take away the bind in Kata? Because right now you can't.
no, they're not.
Okay, yeah, I thought I tried it and it didn't let me.
No, I'm bound. That's where I'm bound normally.
Oh, well, okay. Maybe I did something wrong.
I still wish they'd expand fellowships and let one player plan a campfire. Damn, that would be nice. Like, say, go up to maybe 18 or 24 and let one player play at the campfire instead of 3. What was that, baby?
You know, you'd be able to address their concerns with that particular issue if whenever somebody tried to plan a campfire, other people that's within the fellowship could say yes to doing it, and they needed so many for people to say yes. Even that would be okay.
This weekend is going to be fun if you're an MMA fan. Actually 4 events on the same day, all 3 major orgs.
Is it on Spike or is it all pay-per-view?
I think it's the UFC is a pay-per-view, and the other 2 I think are just regular TV. So I think Bellator's on, or no, Bellator. I'll have to look. Shit, I could be wrong. Sorry.
You know, I bought that feature on YouTube for a while where you could watch UFC, but all the stuff you want, everything that they showed you was just very old content. It didn't show you anything that was done in the last year.
Yeah, I just stream the pay-per-views off of VIPleague.se. I don't pay for shit. I don't even have cable. I ain't wasting no money on that crap.
Holy shit, it did let me. Okay, I don't know why it wouldn't let me the last time I tried to bind here. Maybe I wasn't in the right area or something.
Weird. Well, at least it's all straightened out now.
Yeah. Well, it looks like to me with what the set you gave, that's basically every other island, isn't it?
Well, Dinosaur Island's connected directly to Brother Island. You know, if you take the right boat, so it's.
Well, that's true. You know, it's every other in progression, but you're right. You had to go back to Brother to get there. So.
Yeah, Bellator is on Spike, and World Series of Fighting is on NBC Sports. And I think they both start at the same time, so I guess you could DVR one. And then early in the day, Cage Warriors from United Kingdom is on as well. It's become pretty prevalent. There's a lot of different stuff every weekend now.
Did they put any of the Cage Warrior UK stuff on YouTube?
You know, they might. They're in a separate org completely from any of the ones in the U.S., so it's very possible. If not, they probably show it at least on their website somehow. But I would probably just stream it through that one VIP league.se. I'm sure they'll have it up. Oh, did I miss one? What the fuck?
What was that that format? It's not cage fighting, but it is MMA that Chuck Norris set up.
I think it was just kickboxing for him. Pretty sure he had a kickboxing league.
Yeah, I watched one of the tournaments, and it was pretty good. I mean, a lot of tiers, a lot of players. It was a real. The night was filled with a lot of fights, and I thought it was pretty cool. But it was clear it wasn't going to happen much because I didn't see much advertisement.
Yeah, it was probably a small type of org.
Well, guys, I'm heading off tonight. I'll have a good evening.
See you guys.